they tell you to apply online. They say, work hard, send out hundreds of applications, and you'll get a job. But let's be real. How many times have you done exactly that and nothing happened? You're sitting there, staring at your inbox, refreshing it like it's broken, waiting for something, anything. And all you get is silence, or worse, a generic rejection. Meanwhile, some people don't even apply, and the jobs come to them. What the hell is going on? You know exactly who I'm talking about. That guy who somehow always lands a great job before he even starts looking. That woman who gets recruited straight into a high-paying role while you're stuck in interview limbo. It makes your blood boil. It makes you question everything. Are they just lucky? Born into the right family? Do they have some secret sauce no one told you about? Let me tell you something that might sting a little. The job market is not fair. It's not about who works the hardest. It's not even about who's the most qualified. It's about who knows how to play the game. And right now, you're playing the game the way they want you to play it. Like a desperate beggar in a sea of resumes, hoping that some recruiter, some hiring manager will notice you. But the people who get job offers without even applying, they don't play by those rules. They don't beg. They don't wait. They don't compete like everyone else. And if you want to be one of them, listen closely, because I'm about to tell you exactly what they do differently. First, they don't rely on applications. You think getting a job starts when you send in your resume? Wrong. The moment you hit submit, you're already lost. Because by then, the decision is already half made. The people who get hired before even applying, they're already on the hiring manager's mind. Their name is already in the conversation. They're pre-approved before the job even exists. How? Because they are visible in the right places. They show up at industry events. They comment on LinkedIn posts from decision makers. They create content that gets noticed. They build relationships with the right people before they need a job. So when an opportunity comes up, they don't need to apply. Someone just calls them. And you? You're waiting for a job posting like everyone else. That's mistake number 1. Second, they make sure their name travels without them lifting a finger. You think networking is about sending messages and begging for coffee chats? No, that's amateur hour. The real pros have other people talking about them. They do work so good that colleagues, bosses, even competitors mention their name when they're not in the room. That's how offers find them. Think about it. When a company needs to hire someone fast, what do? Do they sift through 500 resumes? No. They ask around. Hey, do you know anyone good for this? And if your name isn't coming up in those conversations, you don't exist. So here's what you do. You over-deliver on every job you've ever had. Even the ones you hate. Even the ones that pay you pennies. Because when you do work that's impossible to ignore, people remember you, and they talk about you. And when the right opportunity comes up, you're the first name that pops into their head. Third, they position themselves as the prize. Right now, if you're struggling to find a job, I bet you're thinking, how do I convince them to hire me? Wrong question. The real players flip the script. They make companies want them. They do this by being so good at what they do that companies feel lucky to even have a conversation with them. They don't send desperate follow-ups. They don't chase. They build a personal brand that screams, I'm the best at this, and if you want me, you better move fast. Think about this. Why do some people get offers even when they're not looking? Because companies know they won't be available for long. Because their skills are rare. Because their expertise is undeniable. That's the energy you need to create. Fourth, they control the perception of their career. Your resume, that's your past. What companies care about is the story you tell about where you're going. The people who get job offers without applying, they craft a narrative that makes them irresistible. Here's what I mean. If your LinkedIn just lists job titles and bullet points, you're invisible. But if your profile tells a story, a clear, compelling, confident story about what you bring to the table and where you're headed, then people want to work with you. They use every tool available, social media, personal websites, industry conferences, to shape how they are perceived. They don't let a random hiring manager define their worth. They define it themselves. Fifth, they act like they already belong in the room. Right now, you might feel like you need to prove yourself, like you're waiting for permission to be worthy of a great job. But the people who get hired before they even apply, they assume they belong, and because they act like it, others believe it too. This is why confidence matters more than qualifications. This is why some people with fewer skills, less experience, still get better jobs than people who have been grinding for years. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you carry yourself. So, here's the bottom line. If you're tired of being ignored, of sending applications into a black hole, of watching other people get jobs effortlessly while you struggle, you need to change the way you play this game. Stop waiting. Stop applying like everyone else. Start positioning yourself to be seen. Start building relationships before you need them. Start creating work so good that people talk about you. Start acting like the kind of person companies fight to hire. Because the people who get job offers without even applying, they aren't lucky. They aren't special. They just understand something most people don't. Now you do too. So what are you going to do about it?